Honorable Speaker, I rise to give my concluding remarks on the discussion on conduct of urban local bodies, election and issues relating to 33% reservations for women in our state, and later the introduction of Nagaland Municipal Bill 2023. Sir, I would like to extend my appreciation to all the participants who had taken time to speak at length and giving their appreciations and this more than 2 decades old issue of the Municipal Act, which was enacted in 2001 in our state. While appreciating the participants, I want to particularly give my high congratulations and appreciation to our 2 women members who are in the House for the first time, Mrs. Saludano and Mrs. Hekani, for their active participation and also giving their views and appreciating that we are coming to an understanding after a series of consultations taken place. For the sake of record, I would like to put some stories that we have come through. While we all know about the 74th Constitutional Amendment Act 1992, which incorporated provision relating to urban local bodies in the Constitution with a view to strengthen these bodies as vibrant democratic unit of local self-government. Every state government, including Nagaland government, those came under the constitutional obligation to adopt new system of municipalities in accordance with the provision of the Constitution, 74th Amendment Act 1992. It may be mentioned that in the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act, which was for the local self-government in the villages and rural area across the country, Nagaland stood exempted. We those have continued with our village councils, formed as per our customs and traditions under our own act. However, for town and urban areas, there was no exemptions given to the state in the 74th Constitutional Amendment Act 1992. The state government consequently enacted the Nagaland Municipal Act 2001, making provisions for the constitution of urban local bodies. However, starting from 2004, when the election could not be held, and 2008 in Mokokchung, also then in 2009 in the entire state. In the meantime, the Nagaland Legislative Assembly, during 11th session of 11th Nagaland Legislative Assembly in March 2012, adopted the following 3 resolutions. A. Reference of the Municipal Act 2001 be reviewed for the Select Committee of the House. 2. Reference of Part 9A of the Constitution of India to Committee to scrutinize parliamentary laws for application in Nagaland. C. Suspension of statutory process towards conduct of election to municipal and town councils. So the Nagaland Legislative Assembly subsequently during the 12th session of the 11th Nagaland Legislative Assembly on 22nd September 2012, adopt the resolution to exempt Nagaland from the application of Article 243D of Part 9A of the Constitution of India. The House further passed another resolution that no statutory provision of the state which provides for matters similar to contained in Article 243D of the Constitution of India shall have force in Nagaland. Subsequently, the Joint Action Committee on Women Reservation filed a special leave petition in the Honorable Supreme Court seeking the court's intervention and against the decision of the government. The Third Amendment Act 2016 led to certain amendment of the Act again, and most prominent being all references and operative provisions relating to tax on land and buildings, wherever this occurred in Nagaland Municipal Act 2001, being omitted. In 12th NLA, in its 14th session on 24 November 2016, passed a resolution revoking the resolution passed by it earlier under Article 371A of the Constitution of India on 22nd September 2012, exempting Nagaland from the application of Part 9A of the Constitution of India. That's how we had exempted ourselves, then it was again revoked. And so during December 2016, election program was notified by the State Election Commission for election to the ULBs, wherein the date of holding was scheduled on the 1st February 2017. There was, however, widespread agitation and bans declared all over the state by the various tribal bodies, HOHOs, and organizations representing the various tribes of Nagaland, mainly opposing 33% reservation of women in the ULBs. The government has faced with a delicate law and order situation where various government buildings were burned down, lives were also lost. The entire state machinery also came to a standstill from 31st January 2017 to 22nd February 2017. As the organization had called for closing down of all government offices and ban plying of all government vehicles during this period. Considering the overall situation, government had to declare the election process to the ULBs as null and void. The month of March this year, in pursuance of the Supreme Court order, the state government again decided to hold election to ULB, and like earlier time, it was strongly opposed by the tribal bodies and several civil societies organizations, again on the ground that many provisions of the Nagaland Municipal Act 2001 were in contravention of the Article 371A. The government, in defense of the wishes of the people, decided to not go ahead with the ULB election. Those, as could be seen, several attempts by the government over the years to conduct election to ULB to fulfill the obligations thrust upon it by the 74th Amendment Act of the Constitution, as well as to adhere to the directions of the court, were unsuccessful. The tribal bodies and the people always viewed the attempts for holding elections with suspicions, and there was stiff and vehement opposition. given the long history of opposition in the conduct of ULB elections, and also serious questions being always raised about the provision of Nagaland Municipal 2001 being in a contravention of the Article 371A, the 14th Nagaland State Assembly in its first sitting repealed the Nagaland Municipal Act 2002 in toto in the interest of our people in the state. While repealing the act, it was also decided that we will make a new act expeditiously in consultation with our tribal bodies and all other concerns for the governance of our town and cities and urban areas, which is fully in consonance with our accepted customary practices and traditions and Article 371A. Our action of repealing the Act has been subsequently examined by the Supreme Court, and in its last order, which all of you will be aware of, the Honorable Supreme Court, while advocating one-third representation of women, has further also stated that the personal laws of Nagaland and the special status under Article 371 is not being touched in any manner. We have been given by the Honorable Court the last opportunity to abide by its direction, and the case is listed on 26 September 2023. While repealing the earlier Act, Municipal Act, had decided to enact a new law expeditiously for municipal governance, keeping this in view as well as the clear direction of the Honorable Supreme Court, we have to move for a new legislation for the municipal governance in our state. And on the 11th of August 2023, the Cabinet decided for constituting a committee panel for drafting a new municipal act. In pursuant to the government directions, the drafting committee panel has submitted the draft municipal act to the government for necessary action on 25th 8/2023. Meanwhile, a consultative meeting with these civil societies, organizations and tribal bodies were convened by the state government again on the 1st September to discuss on the matters pertaining to ULBs in the state and the new Municipal Act. It was conveyed by me and also by our Advocate General, who was also present in the meeting, that while many provisions that were there in the earlier Act and were entirely non-contentious in any manner has been kept, provision in regard to taxes and land and buildings and properties have not been kept. They were omitted. The provisions for 33% reservations for women in ULBs is present in the proposal legislation, giving the direction of the Supreme Court. For the last 22 years, the government is also trying its best so that Government of India and the court should also appreciate our efforts and our actions. I'm happy to convey to the meeting of our tribal bodies and organizations who have expressed their keenness to take this matter forward and convey their broad agreement to the provision, in particular for providing women reservation of 33% in ULBs. In the proposed legislation of our municipal governance in the state also, we have kept. We encourage by the support exhibited by all the stakeholders and as decided in the Cabinet meeting on the 8th September 2023, we'll be tabling Bill for the new Nagaland Municipal Act 2023 for consideration and adoption. As mentioned by some members, we're aware that after consultations, we had read in the papers of some confusions and some displeasures. The bill we feel should be suitably addressing all the concern of our people. If the House is of the opinion that more examinations and deliberations are required for the provision in the bill, I feel that there is a scope, a platform in the House committees. So it may be once again referred the bill to the Select Committee for considerations and adoption of the Nagaland Municipal Bill 2023. So I leave it to the House. Thank you very much.
Leave be granted to introduce the bill, Nagaland Municipal Bill 2023. All those who are in favor of granting leave to introduce the bill may say aye.
Aye.
Those against may say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion for leave to introduce the bill is granted. Honorable Chief Minister may now introduce the bill.
Speaker, sir, I move to introduce the bill.
Once again, the motion moved is to introduce the Nagaland Municipal Bill 2023. Those who are in favor may say aye.
Aye.
Those against may say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. The bill is introduced. Now, honorable members, there will be no consideration, passing and adoption of this bill. Now, with the sense of the House, Honorable Chief Minister may move the motion under Rule 73 of the Rules of Procedure of the Assembly Secretariat to refer the Nagaland Municipal Bill 2023 to a select committee. Rule 73.
Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the Nagaland Municipal Bill 2023 be referred to Select Committee.
In accordance with Rule 73B of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business of the Nagaland Legislative Assembly, I now refer the bill to a select committee. The select committee thereafter will be constituted under the Rule 228, under the powers vested on me through the Rule 228. The bill will be referred to a select committee. Let us now come to item number 3B. The Nagaland Goods and Services Tax 7th Amendment Bill 2023. Shri Neiphiu, Honorable Chief Minister, may move for leave of the House to introduce the Nagaland Goods and Service Tax 7th Amendment Bill 2023.
Speaker, sir, I beg to move the bill that leave be granted to introduce the Nagaland Goods and Service Tax 7th Amendment Bill 2023.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those who are in favor of granting leave to introduce the bill may say aye.
Aye.
Those against may say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion for leave to introduce the bill is granted. Honorable Chief Minister may now move to introduce the bill.
Speaker, sir, I beg to move to introduce the bill.
The motion moved is to introduce the bill. Once again, those who are in favor may say aye. Aye. Those against may say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. The bill is introduced. Consideration and passing of this bill shall be taken up on the 14th of September 2023. Amendments, if any, may be submitted till 4 p.m. today, the 12th of September 2023. Let us now come to item number 3C, the Nagaland Anatomy Bill 2023. Shri P. Paiwang Konyak, Honorable Minister, may move for leave of the House to introduce the Nagaland Anatomy Bill 2023.
Speaker, sir, I beg that leave be granted to introduce the Nagaland Anatomy Bill 2023.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill. Those who are in favor of granting leave to introduce the bill may say aye. Aye. Those against may say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion for leave to introduce the bill is granted. Honorable Minister may now move to introduce the bill.
Speaker, sir, I also beg to introduce the bill.
The motion moved here is to introduce the bill. Once again, those who are in favor may say aye. Aye. Those against may say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. The bill is introduced. Consideration and passing of this bill shall also be taken up on 14th of September 2023. Amendments, if any, may be submitted till 4 p.m. today, the 12th of September 2023. Let us now move on to item number 4. Item number 4A. Honorable members are aware that the Nagaland Motor Vehicles Taxation Amendment Bill 2023 was introduced in the House yesterday, the 11th of September 2023, and was scheduled for consideration and passing today. Now, Shri P. Paiwang, Honorable Minister, may move the bill for taking into consideration.
Speaker, sir, I beg that the Nagaland Motor Vehicles Taxation Amendment Bill 2023 be taken into consideration.
I had announced yesterday that if there are any amendments, it has to be submitted till 2 p.m. yesterday, the 11th of September 2023. Since no amendments have been received on this bill, honorable members may seek clarification, if any. Honorable Minister may now move for passing of the bill.
Speaker, sir, I beg that the bill be passed.
The motion moved is this: the Nagaland Motor Vehicles Taxation Amendment Bill 2023 be passed. Those who are in favor of the motion may say aye. Aye. Those against may say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. The bill is passed. Item number 4B. The Nagaland Passengers and Goods Taxation Amendment Bill 2023 was also introduced in the House yesterday, the 11th of September 2023, and scheduled for consideration and passing today. Now, Shri P. Paiwang, Honorable Minister, may once again move the bill for taking into consideration.
Speaker, sir, I beg that the Nagaland Passengers and Goods Taxation Amendment Bill 2023 to be taken into consideration.
As announced yesterday, since no amendments have been received, Honorable Minister may now move for passing of the bill.
Speaker, sir, I beg that the bill be passed.
The motion moved is that the Nagaland Passengers and Goods Taxation Amendment Bill 2023 be passed. Those who are in favor of the motion may say aye. Aye. Those against may say no. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. The bill is passed. Item number 4C. Northeast Christian University Second Amendment Bill 2023. Honorable members are aware that this bill was also introduced in the House yesterday, the 11th of September 2023, and scheduled for consideration and passing today. Now, Honorable Minister Shri Damjan Nalo may move the bill for taking into consideration.
Honorable Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the Northeast Christian University Second Amendment Bill 2023 be taken into consideration.
Though no amendments have been received, honorable members may seek clarification if any. Honorable Minister may now move for passing of the bill.
Honorable Speaker, sir, I beg that the bill be passed.
The motion moved is that the Northeast Christian University Second Amendment Bill 2023 be passed. Those who are in favor of the motion may say aye. Aye. Those against may say no. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. The bill is passed. Item number 5. Item number 5. Introduction of Government Resolution on Uniform Civil Code. Honorable members, I have received a notice from Shri Neiphiu, Honorable Chief Minister, for introducing a resolution on Uniform Civil Code, and I have admitted the notice. Now, the Honorable Leader of the House and Honorable Chief Minister may move for leave of the House to introduce the resolution on Uniform Civil Code.
Speaker, sir, I beg to introduce the resolution on Uniform Civil Code, UCC. Whereas the Government of India has appointed the 22nd Law Commission of India on 21st of February 2020, and its terms have been extended up to the 31st of August 2024. And whereas the 22nd Law Commission of India has issued a public notice on 14th June 2023, inviting views and ideas from all stakeholders on the subject matter of having a uniform civil code throughout India. And whereas the government of Nagaland, through a cabinet decision, had earlier submitted its views on this subject to the 22nd Law Commission on the 4th July 2023, conveying its opposition to UCC on the ground of unique history of Nagaland since the pre-Indian British era, the assurance of the non-interference policy starting from the pre-independence time and continued by Government of India in social and religious practices and customaries and laws of the people, and the constitutional guarantee a special provision given under Article 371A, and strongly urging that Nagaland be completely exempted from the purview of UCC. And whereas in the consultative meeting with the various stakeholders on the subject of UCC, etc., organized by the state government on the 1st September 2023, the representative of the various tribal host organizations have expressed their strong resentment and objection to the idea of having a uniform civil code. And whereas the apparent objective of the UCC is to have a single law on personal matters such as marriage and divorce, customary and guardianship, adoptions and maintenance, succession and inheritance, which in our view shall pose a threat to our customary law, social practices and religious practices, which will be in danger of encroachment in the event of imposing of uniform civil code. And whereas the Article 71A of the Constitution of India insert, notwithstanding anything in this Constitution, no act of Parliament in respect of the religious or social practices of the Nagas, Naga customary law and procedures, and administrative of civil and criminal justice involving decision according to Naga customary laws, and ownership and transfer of land and its resources shall apply to the state of Nagaland unless the Nagaland Legislative Assembly of Nagaland by a resolution so decides. Now therefore, the resolution is proposed for exemption from the proposed enactment of Uniform Civil Code in its application in the state of Nagaland.
Honorable members, the motion moved is this, that leave be granted to introduce the resolution as just read out. Those who are in favor of the motion may say aye. Those against may say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. Leave to introduce the resolution is granted. Now, Honorable Chief Minister may move for introduction of the resolution.
Speaker, sir, I beg to introduce for consideration.
Consideration and adoption of the resolution will be taken up today. Amendments, if any, may be submitted before 3 p.m. Let us now come to item number 6, laying of annual administrative reports. Item number 6A. Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Neiphiu, to lay on the table a copy of the annual administrative report 2022-2023 of the Land Revenue Department.
Speaker, sir, I beg to lay on the table a copy of the annual administrative report 2022-2023 of the Land Resource Department.
Land Revenue. I hope the copies are made available on your table. Item number 6B. Once again, I request the Honorable Chief Minister to lay on the table a copy of the annual administrative report of the Office of the State Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities.
Speaker, sir, I beg to lay on the table a copy of the annual administrative report 2021-2022 of the Office of the State Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities.
The copies have been made available on your table. Let us now come to item number 7, laying of rules. Item number 7A. Shri Neiphiu, Honorable Chief Minister, to lay on the table a copy each of the following rules as listed.
Speaker, sir, I beg to lay on the table a copy each of the following rules. 1. Nagaland Soil and Water Conservation Amendment Service Rules 2023. 2. Arts and Culture Service Rules 2023.
The copies have been made available on your table. Let us now come to item number 7B. Shri P. Paiwang Konya, Honorable Minister, to lay on the table a copy each of the following rules as listed.
Speaker, sir, I beg to lay on the table a copy each of the following rules. 1. Nagaland Dental Health Service Rules 2023. Second, the Motor Vehicles Amendment Rules for Excluded Areas, Assam 2023. in force in the state of Nagaland.
I hope the copies are made available on the table. Let us now come to item number 7C. Shri Mutsubu Jamir, Honorable Minister, SIRD, we lay on the table a copy of the SIRD Service Rules 2023.
Honorable Speaker, sir, I beg to lay on the table a copy of the SIRD Service Rules 2023.
The copies have been made available on the table. Item number 8, presentation of Assembly Committee reports. Item number 8A, Shri Mathang Yanthan, Honorable Chairman of the Public Accounts Committee 2023-2024, to present a copy each of the following reports as listed.
Speaker sir, I, Shri Mathang Yanthan, Chairman of the Public Accounts Committee 2023-24, having been authorized by the committee to present the reports on its behalf, do hereby present on the table of the House the following reports of the Public Accounts Committee. 1. 128 report of the Committee on Public Accounts 2023-24 on action taken by the government on the observations, recommendations contained in the 121st report of the Committee on the CNAG report of India for the year 2012-2013. 2. 129 report of the Committee on Public Accounts 2023-24 on action taken by the government on the observation recommendations contained in the 123rd report of the Committee on the CNAG report of India for the year 2014 and 2015. 3. 138th report of the Committee on Public Accounts 2023-24 on action taken by the government on observations, recommendations contained in the 124th report of the Committee on CNAG report of India for the year 2015 and 2016. Thank you.
The copies have been made available on your table. Now, let us come to item number 8B. Shri Impong L. Emchen, Honorable Chairman of the Committee on Public Undertakings, 2023-2024, to present a copy each of the following reports as listed.
Speaker sir, I, Shri Impong L. Emchen, Chairman of the Committee on Public Undertakings, 2023-2024, having been authorized by the committee to present the report on its behalf, do hereby present a copy each of the following reports. 1. 129 report on action taken by the government on the observation and recommendation contained, and the 83rd report of the Committee on Public Undertaking on examinations of the report of the CNAG of India for the year 2011-2012, pertaining to the Nagaland Handicraft Development Corporation under the Department of Industries and Commerce. 2. 130 report of action taken by the government on the observation and recommendation contained in the 91 report of the Committee on Public Undertaking on examinations of the report of the Comptroller and Auditor General of India for the year 2012-2013, pertaining to the Nagaland Handicraft Development Corporation under the Department of Industries and Commerce, Nagaland. Number 3. 121 report on action taken by the government and the observation and recommendations contained, and the 102 report of the Committee on Public Undertaking on the examinations of the report of the CNAG of India for the year 2013 and 2013 to 2014, pertaining to the Nagaland Handloom and Handicraft Development Corporation under the Department of Industries and Commerce, Government. 4. 132 report on action taken by the government on the observation and recommendation contained in the 103 report of the Committee on Local Undertaking on examinations of the report of the CNAG of India for the year 2014 and 2015 pertaining to the Nagaland Handloom and Handicraft Development Corporation under the Government of the Department of Industries and Commerce, Government. 5. 133 report on action taken by the government on observation and recommendation contained in the 92 report of the Committee on Public Undertaking on examinations of the report of the CNAG of India for the year 15 and 16, 2015 and 2016, pertaining to the Nagaland Handicraft and Handloom and Handicraft Development Corporation under the Department of Industries and Commerce, Government of Nagaland. 6. 134 report of the examinations of audit paragraphs that appeared in the report of the Controller CNAG of India for the year 2017 to 2018 pertaining to the Nagaland Industries Development Corporation, NIDC, under the Department of Industries Commerce, Government of Nagaland.
The copies have been made available on your table. Let us now come to item number 8C. Shri Kuzolus Onino, Honorable Chairman of the Committee on Government Assurances 2023-2024, to present a copy each of the following reports as listed.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I, Shri Kuzolus Onino, Honorable Chairman of the Committee of Government Assurance for 2023-24, on behalf of the committee, do hereby lay on the table the copy each of the following reports. 102 report on the Committee of Government Assurance, 5th session of the 13th Nagaland Legislative Assembly. 2. 103 report of the Committee of Government Assurance of the 10th special session of the 13th Legislative Assembly. Thank you.
The copies have been made available on the table. Let us now come to item number 9, consideration and adoption of government resolution on Uniform Civil Code. Honorable members are aware that the resolution was just introduced in the House by the Honorable Chief Minister, and we shall be taking up the consideration and adoption. Honorable members are also well aware that amendments, if any, have been sought, and there have been no amendments received. And now I request the Honorable Chief Minister to move for consideration and adoption of the resolution.
Speaker, sir, I'd like to move for the consideration and adoption of the resolution on Uniform Civil Code. Whereas the Government of India has appointed the 22nd Law Commission of India on 21st of February 2020, and its terms have been extended up to 31st August 2024. And whereas the 22nd Law Commission of India has issued a public notice on 14th June 2023 inviting views and ideas from all stakeholders on the subject matter of having a uniform civil code throughout India. And whereas the Government of Nagaland, through a cabinet decision, had earlier submitted its views on this subject to the 22nd Law Commission on the 4th of July 2023, conveying its opposition to UCC on the ground of the unique history of Nagaland since the pre-independence British era and the assurance of the non-interference policy starting from the pre-independence time and continued by the Government of India in the social and religious practices and customary laws of the people, and the constitutional guarantees given under Article 371A, and strongly urging that Nagaland is completely exempted from the purview of UCC. And whereas in the consultative meeting with various stakeholders on the subject of UCC organized by the state government on the 1st September 2023, the representative of the various tribal host organizations have expressed their strong resentment and objection to the idea of having a civil uniform code. And whereas the apparent objective of the UCC is to have a single law on personal matters such as marriage and divorce, custody and guardianship, adoption and maintenance, succession and inheritance, which in our view should pose a threat to our customary laws, social practices, and the religious practices, which will be in danger of encroachment in the event of imposition of uniform civil code. And whereas Article 371A of the Constitution of India states, notwithstanding anything in this Constitution, no act of Parliament in respect of the religious or social practices of the Nagas, Naga customary law and procedure, and administration of civil and criminal justice, involving decisions according to Naga customary laws, and ownership and transfer of land and its resources, shall apply to the state of Nagaland, unless Legislative Assembly of Nagaland by a resolution so decides. Now, therefore, this 14th House of the Nagaland Legislative Assembly hereby unanimously resolve for exemption from the proposed enactment of Uniform Civil Code in its application to the state of Nagaland. Thank you.
The motion moved is this, that this House unanimously adopt a resolution moved by the Honorable Chief Minister. Those, again, in favor of adopting the resolution may say aye. Aye. Those against may say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. The resolution as moved is unanimously adopted. Honorable members, we have covered all the business listed for today and there is no other business before us. Therefore, I adjourn the House to meet again at 9:30 a.m. on the 14th of September 2023.
Nagaland TV, Sop Manulaga Awas. Watch us